A little bit. Y'all ready? Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Coach Kerry Ellison, Pisgah High School, Class 3A state runner-up. Coach, make any opening comments, and then we'll open up for questions. Congratulations on a great year.
It has been a great year. Obviously did not end like all of us planned. I'm going to assume there's not a team in the state that doesn't set out with a goal to win the championship. And we're disappointed, but proud. And I don't want to, throw a bunch of cliches. I just love my kids. I appreciate everything they've contributed and done for Pisgah and for me.
Okay, questions for the coach or the players?
Coach, it's clear you've got a very good team, but how's it feel like colliding with history a little bit? They're a buzzsaw. I mean, a lot of teams that faced the Bulls would have done something a lot and went down in history. How do you think your team did this year?
Well, first, we had a great year. We had a growing process for us that, before Christmas we were average. And tonight I think we were pretty good, but they were great. And from what I understand, that's probably their best complete game and effort in several weeks. If they, we sort of knew we had to play really well, and that if they played their best, we were going to be in trouble. And if they can play better than that, I want to see it, because it was a great effort on their part. And we got frustrated. We couldn't make shots. The game was pretty physical in the paint, and sometimes we just don't deal well with that. But overall, I feel like we battled and at least made a good effort. And
Lily, what was their press like going against it?
They're really long and they're really fast, and we just didn't come out and have our head up and move the ball as well as we should have.
Presley, their coach thought that the defensive effort they did with you guys was a turning point in the game and vital. What did they do with you differently? Just talk about how good they were defensively.
They did what I expected they would. They put somebody in my face and tried to get me to foul and get angry, and I tried not to get angry, and I got a couple fouls. I didn't get a technical, but I expected them to do that, and they're really long, and we have problems playing against long girls, so I knew that was going to be a problem going into it, but they just played a great game all around, offensively and defensively. That's the best game I've seen them play in the past 3 years that I've seen them play.
Presley, they said in the preparations to play y'all that they respected your talent so much and your speed that they changed things. Instead of putting another big girl on you, they put one of their quicker guards just so they could stay with you and try to deny you the ball. Did that cause you? Was that a little surprise to you?
I didn't think that they would put one of the
triplets?
Yeah, one of the triplets on me. I figured they'd put a longer, lanky girl on me, the number 12. I figured they would put her on me and set 33 in the paint, so when I was to drive in or try to go get a rebound, I couldn't. But it was very smart. They've got a smart coach, and they're all very athletic, and it was a great honor to play against them. I really liked it.
That tells you the respect they had for you and your team, though. They created a special defense just to try to take you out of the game.
I appreciate that.
Other questions?
Kerry, it looked like you guys had a pretty good plan against their press, and then just some frustration turnovers, it seemed like.
We knew that we didn't need to throw it into the short corner, because that's exactly where they want you to go. And we did have a good one. When we got it out and looked for the diagonal passes, we were good. I think we wasn't in attack mode enough early enough, and that comes back to me. Perhaps we were trying to be too patient and trying to make, try to keep the game slowed down when we may needed to be going at them a little harder, a little faster. But, still believe, trying to be patient early was the best plan, try to get them to spread out a little bit. But when they went with the Wallen girl on her post, and she was so quick and could get around, you know, long arms and quickness, could get around to where even if we were able to reverse the ball, she was able to fight through quickly, and there was like nowhere to make a pass. There's, you know, nowhere to dribble. They played. I was probably as impressed with their defensive effort as with their offense. But our press break, you know, I felt, you know, we were, besides the first quarter, I felt like we did a really good job on breaking it. That first quarter was just exactly what I saw them do in the semifinals. They jumped on them, and then we just wasn't able to recover from that. And then that steady pull when we couldn't make shots. So,
with that, they got off to a 12-point lead early in the first quarter. How did that kind of affect your game plan and how you went about preparing your team? How did that change?
Well, we were not. We were wanting to keep the game slowed down to a point, and when they got the lead, we decided we had to try to put some pressure on them. We got a few turnovers, but for the most part, we were not able to get the pressure on them. It had to change everything because we couldn't play slow. We couldn't try to continue to be as patient. We had to try to get some points and get them quickly, and we just couldn't knock down the shots today.
Carrie, what does it feel like to be going against one of the state's all-time best girls teams and programs and coaches? I mean, it measures up to that stuff in the middle of all this history, doesn't it?
Well, you know, anyone that doesn't respect Coach LaBelle in Lauderdale County, and before him, Coach Senyard, really doesn't understand the history of Alabama girls basketball. You know, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and you know that's a cliche, but you know, that's got to be your goal. It's got to be every 3A team in the state's goal right now, is to try to reach the heights that they are. I feel like we've got good tradition. We are, we're right up there in the top with Lauderdale County. But right now they got the world, in their hands, and someday we'll get back and try to, we'll match them.
Coach, y'all's softball, basketball tradition is probably as good as anybody's in the state, isn't it? Combined, when you think about your softball program went through the same streak that they're going through, similar. Yes. And it was the same girls playing basketball and softball.
We're in a very unique position. Most all of our kids, I think I've got 13 on the roster, and over half of them are going to go Monday to the softball field. Some others are going to continue right into their AAU practices, and a few in volleyball, a few in track. We don't have any that are just do one thing, or very many that just do one thing year round, and sometimes that it might hurt us a little bit, but in the long run, I think it helps us, our entire program. And we're proud. We're proud of our school and as a whole, our academics, our athletics, and that's why I just tell them, always remember, conduct yourself with as much class as you can.
Coach, did you feel Ivy Wallen number 3 would be your toughest matchup tonight?
1 and 3. We knew that it was 1A and 1B. We were hoping to try to keep the ball away from them as much as possible, but they're just so quick, and they're with their pressure defense as well. Everything was just so tough. We couldn't get any momentum and keep it because of they were so good on both ends of the court.
Coach, being here in this situation was kind of the norm for you guys 7-8 years ago. What does it mean to you that this program is back here after maybe some folks maybe thought the run might have ended?
Well, I was very proud. I felt like the last few years we had an opportunity, but we'd run into the Madison Academies and the Holly Ponds, and we would have this kind of shooting game against them. And, but we've always been right there, on the cusp of, getting back. It was not working out, and that was one reason